What is good, y'all? Back at it once again. So for this one, we're going to specifically talk about an astral travel or astral travels I've been doing with my soul twin. So this is someone who I'm very connected to and I love so much. And we astral project a lot together, specifically for missions. And we find this extremely fun. And when I mean missions, I mean specifically for when it comes to astral war. So when it comes to anything related to astral warfare, that's what we do. Me and them specifically do a lot of astral warfare together whenever we are traveling. And we find this extremely fun. Really, you are battling it in both ways. Physically by being there, and you are fighting it astrally. So you're going to the astral realm and you are hand to hand battling it or doing whatever you got to do. Now my soul twin is working at a hotel, but I had no idea what was going on because we both kept doing these astral trips at a hotel. And then we were texting each other. We're like, what is with this damn hotel? And then we were like, yo, we forgot. I don't know how it didn't click for the both of us. We're like, yo, this is your workplace. And we were talking about before how there was some stuff. Now, there's only so much I could say, but there was stuff going on with this basement or this cellar area. There's a lot of dark energy going on around there.
What I can remember clearly is that there's this underground looking basement that they like to stay in. Like, it's possibly a regroup area that they have. And unfortunately, even though they try to contain their energy in one area, it can pretty much spread throughout the whole building. And especially people who are trying to clear that energy out and to just bring light in, it could be a very difficult environment.
In the astral realm, we go from room to room, and it's like there's these monsters, there's these, or let's use a better word, low vibrational beings that live by just darkness. Now, this is the hotel that they work at, and they report a lot of things going on in this hotel, and actually going there now to be of support is fire. Almost every night we go to the hotel and we're battling some sort of being, either on people that are staying at the hotel or beings that want to, or that are been in the hotel. But what I can say is that these battles have been very, to us, they're fun, because this is what we came here to do. This is what we've been doing for lifetimes and lifetimes on many different planets, and doing it here together is extremely fun. So shout out to my twin. But in this place specifically, I like to call it Hotel Transylvania, because we've been going from room to room, and we'd start on certain levels. So we'd be like, tonight we're just going to do level 1. And then the next night we go back and we do level 2. And each quote unquote monster has something specific that they are skilled in. Maybe they're gluttonous monsters. Maybe they're like succubi. Maybe they're very lustful. Maybe they are very envious, or they're full of wrath. They have to live by one of the 7 deadly sins to be a monster. So whatever that is, they're going to live by one of these 7 deadly sins. And each monster has a different level of strength or power. Now, you guys have seen a lot of me when I'm going into the astral realm. I'm talking about astral warfare. Now, I didn't want to talk too much about my astral journeys because they are full of astral warfare and me doing a lot of astral battling. But this is the truth of who I am and what I do. And you guys are going to get the raw truth of who I am and what I do, always. So monster hunting has been something that me and my twin have been doing for a little bit. And while I was first getting into it, I remember the GFL was telling me, okay, you're going to go to the astral realm and start fighting monsters now. Are you ready? And I was like, yeah. And I was learning about what monsters actually are and all of that stuff, right? To get ready to fight them. And I knew I was going to be fighting them with my twin. So they were already making this clear from weeks before that this was going to be happening. So I was like, I was in like training mode for this again. And so at one point I went to the astral realm and they were showing me a little bit about what a monster is and like what it's like. And so the one night I decided I wanted to go to bed and I wanted to hunt one. And I said, I want to hunt a pride monster. So a pride monster is a being that, just like it says, lives by pride. So they are one of the most monstrous monsters. Any monster or any being that lives by pride in the evil way is, as you guys know, that's like the deadliest sin of the sins is pride. So I wanted to hunt one, fighting these monsters that had pride. That was like one of the ones I hated the most because of how they played a part in my lives. And so I wanted to hunt it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go to bed tonight and hunt a pride monster. My guys are like, Cash, are you sure? Like, you're going to fight one of the hardest ones? And I said, I know it's going to be the hardest and I'm not going to win. I just want to see. I just want to see for myself first. So I go into the astral realm, I pop out of my body, and right away, I'm in like, it's like we're on a road trip. And I'm literally driving around with my family in the back, hunting this monster. And then we get to a hotel. I was talking about a hotel again, right? We get to a hotel. And I knew the monster was here. Now, this was the monster's quote-unquote lair, was this hotel. And it was the manager of the hotel. So when I saw, we unpacked all our stuff, we went in, and then I decided to walk around and look for the monster. So I am, and then I found it. And it was a man. He looked really macho, and you could just tell he was a monster by his energy and the green energy around him. You could tell. So I knew. So I went up to him, and then we started like having a conversation. And it scared me though, because he was showing me his tongue turned into a snake tongue. And his eyes changed. So I knew what this was, and I was like, we out. And I didn't have any experience yet monster hunting in this lifetime like that. Again, I knew I wasn't going to win. I wasn't playing to fight. I just wanted to see. So I got my family and said, let's go, guys. I was actually afraid. I was like, let's go. Then we go to the next spot. And I knew there was going to be another pride monster there. This one was a motel. And we're chilling. And then at one point, I guess I left and I decided to hunt the monster. Or I was doing something. And then I look over and then there's a guy standing over in the corner. And same thing. He looked different, but his teeth were real sharp. They were like sharp, sharp teeth. And there was like so many of them. I was like, yep, nope. We out, right? We out. So then I went back in the motel room, got my family, said, let's go. And we literally hopped out of the astral after that. Literally popped out of the astral, went back to the physical. So I at least got to see for myself. But I was like, yo, let me not take on the heaviest monster, of course, right? But at least I got to see, and it gave me a little tips of what it's going to look like when I hunt monsters. Even though that was the hardest one, all of them weren't as bad as this one. But I at least got to see a boss level one. Yeah, that was interesting. It was interesting to get to just dabble in it for a second and then go back to training. I had to see what I was going to be facing. And I definitely got to see. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you soon. Peace out.